Hi, welcome back to Corporate Classy, but Please Come Correct podcast. Again, my name is Alberta. I am your host. Thank you guys again for tuning in to our very own Sunday Soul session. And I have a very handsome, special, dark chocolate guest.
My goodness.
That's right. I have my man with me. Can I call you my man?
You damn right.
I have my guy with me, Umoja. As you guys know, this platform is very much so freeform, is what I like to call it. So not so much structure. We just want to lay it out on the table. And I want you guys to kind of meet Mo. And so Mo can talk about himself a little bit. But I also want you guys to understand, like, today is the day that we're wanting to talk about something that's heavy in social media right now. And it's always one thing that we're always talking about that we just don't understand why we see so much hate, so much negativity around the men and women, particularly Black males and females out there. And so we're going to kind of deep dive and talk a little bit about what we see and just kind of try to process some things. But before we get into it, hi, Umoja.
Hello, my friends. Hey, everybody. I'm Umoja. It is really nice to be here. Sierra been talking about she gonna get me on the podcast forever now, and I feel neglected. So I'm happy to be here with y'all. Hello, people. I'm taking over.
He is coming to take over. Take over. That's what he's coming to do. So let's dive right in, baby.
Let's do it. I heard you introduce the topic.
Yes, the topic. Let's talk about it, because you and I are both heavily on social media, posting all day long, and we're always looking to see what's going on. And we realize that it's something bad happening right now.
Yeah,
we see a lot of men bashing women, women bashing men, especially our people. And I just can't wrap my finger around how did we got here? Like, what do you feel like got us to this point where we don't show no sense of care, kindness amongst each other? Honestly,
I think that is just pop culture. In a nutshell, I would say pop culture, because because pop culture has everybody wanting the shine and the glitz and glamour. And it's not just with material things, it's also with people. So every day, you know how they got the saying, the trophy wife, which is the beautiful wife who don't have to do nothing, just be there and show everybody I'm successful because I have this trophy wife. So now it's I need a trophy date. This dude who I just go on a date with gotta have a Benz, tall suits, and this woman gotta be perfect body, you know what I'm saying, be ready to do anything, red bottoms and everything else, when you don't even know this person. It's it's really it's a bunch of illogical expectations, and it's driven by pop culture, i.e. music, movies, TV shows, reality TV shows, and people think that's real life. So average people chasing this extravagant stuff in people, and it's really sick. Actually, it's sicker than we really want to admit.
I agree. And I feel like that plays a huge part in it, because I don't know how many times I tell you that me, just over the course of years and years of, I wanted this particular guy, right? I wanted them to be a particular way, and this is what I want. And not really thinking about, are these things that I actually need that's going to make me better? It's more so, it seems like it's just the appearance side of things. What looks good on the outside.
Right.
Of course, I want someone that's going to be kind and caring, right? But now that I'm a little older, a little wiser, I'm able to identify what I actually need versus what I want.
Well, when you say that, it makes me think of like, because part of what I see is that people, they see something that they like, and then instead of being honest with themselves and saying, you know what, I'm not on the level to get this said Instagram model. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just use an example because I'm a boy and I like girls. So let's say I'm looking at this Instagram model, right? And I'm like, not who I am even. I work at Walmart. Let's say I work at Walmart, right? And I see this Instagram model and I'm like, she's the beautiful woman I ever seen. I'm all in her DMs. I'm fanboying on her.
Right.
And I'm like at all these girls who I think look like her, but really in my heart, if I would sit down and be an honest human being, I would say, bro, you not on the level of this human being yet, regardless of what she is. That's like me trying to go, I see Alicia Keys and I'm just like, I'm that dude, whatever. And then if she say no, I'm like, oh, women are just I bet if I had a Benz. Well, yeah, stupid, it's Alicia Keys. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I bet if I was a movie star, well, duh, dumbass, it's Alicia Keys. But it's like these average men are going for these extravagant women, and when they don't get them, then all women are bad. All women are bad.
Right.
You all are bad. You all are gold diggers. And it's like, bruh, calm down. What you need to do is get your game up. Or start with somebody who's at your level and build.
Right.
But it's just people just I want all this shit right now. And when they don't get it, then every woman is bad now. Because I don't have that woman that I want that I ain't even on a level for, though.
Right.
That's the reality of it. But don't nobody want to be honest about it. They just want to say that everybody's bad.
Right. And I know. So question, because that just rung a bell for me. So when you talk about being on your level or starting from meeting somebody where they at, right? In a relationship or whatever you want to call it. How do we get people to realize that? Like, instead of having these high... Okay, let me rephrase that, because I think you should have high expectations for your partner or whoever you deal with. But how do you really how does somebody be real with themselves on what the expectations are? So
when you put it like that, I would say that if I expect something from them, I should at least be able to meet it equally. Even if it's like different, right? Like if you say, well, I expect somebody tall, dark, and handsome. Cool. Well, I expect you to be 160 pounds, not a pound over. That's okay. That period. Like if that's your expectation, right? If that's your expectation, then you should be like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna stay fit for you too. I'm not just gonna expect you to be fit, but I can do whatever I want. Or say I need my woman to be at least 90,000 a year, at least to start. Like if you ain't got 90 a year, I ain't talking to you. But I make 40. We ain't gonna talk about the 40 that I make, but you need to make 90. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about out of the range. But you know what? Let me play devil advocate real quick, right? Because what if that woman makes 90,000 a year, right? And say that she is okay with the guy making 40, maybe staying at the house, upkeeping the house. Do you see something is wrong with that?
Absolutely. Listen to me, man. Listen to me very clear.
I'm listening.
I don't have a problem with nothing nobody do. As long as that relationship dynamic is agreed upon to that relationship, congratulations, yo. That's not my relationship. Now, if you ask me, if it was me, I'm not the type of man who will be sitting at home all day. That's not my personality. I will go crazy, right?
Me too.
Now, however, there are some men and women who would literally prefer. They don't never want to go turn up. They don't mind not going out. You obviously like little date nights, dinners and whatever. But some people legit are homebodies and don't just say that shit to sound like they not a party goer.
Right.
Some people legit don't mind being at home, chilling, let's go out with the family every now and then. I think that's perfectly okay. I don't put my beliefs and expectations on everybody's relationships. Now, if I see something that's just toxic and stupid, right, I'll be like, oh, that's not gonna work. But if somebody got something that's going on, man, stay home, bro. You could be a stay-at-home dad.
Right.
That's your big deal. I'm not gonna say you're less of a man or you're demasculated or something because you're a stay-at-home dad. And so, that's stupid.
Right. And so a good point there when you say that, because if you look into social media like we've been talking about, right, that's what you see. So if a man can't step up, or he's better at home and he's not the breadwinner, or he's fine with a 9 to 5, but you're out here traveling the world, doing your businesses or whatever. Women tend to talk bad, and you see it in the media.
Right.
And make it seem as if men are less than.
Well, think about what you just said. You just said that.
I'm thinking.
You just said that women or whoever will talk bad about a man if they're staying at home, right? So here's where the whole thing gets. I'm trying to not
say it.
I'm just saying this is where it just gets kind of out of hand to me, because on one hand you can't say that like, oh, you don't want, because it be the like same women who will say that will be the same women who marching on this feminism kick, who's saying no, women should be doing this and women should be doing this, like they want roles change. But then when the roles change, you want to talk about the boy. Right. And the same exact women will be also jumping up doing jumping jacks, dancing with gay men as they best friends. But then it's turn around and say, but where's all the strong men? It's like you have to make up your mind. You just have to make up your mind. We just have to start taking this, being just honest about it. We don't be honest about it a lot.
Right. Being honest, and I think too, just holding yourself accountable for what you say. And I think that kind of draws me to my next question. Like, what do you feel like we can do to create more safe places, respectful places, or environments where people can be okay, one, having different opinions, two, still agree or disagree when something happened, and still make sure you're not going out here bashing each other? Like, what can we do to create those spaces?
I think honestly, something like this, like promoting whether single people or couples doing positive content, even if you're talking about the BS that's out, drawing it to like, how do we make it better? Because that's not what we talk about. It's just about bad. And then you scroll up and it's bad. So it's like, no, there's places like this. There's people like you, a podcast who's focused on more positivity. And then the people who are doing the most of the relationship content, like tweak it a little bit so where it is going more positive. And the number one thing though, for everybody listening to this who might be posting relationship stuff, stop generalizing it. Everybody generalize everything. And I don't know if it's just like a sensationalism tactic, because it is in like debate and stuff like that. But when you're doing it and posting social media, like I see people who I respect and they'll say something like, it has said something about, that said men like, it was saying something like men are the absent people and like men are the ones. She had said something like, y'all saying women keeping kids away from their dads, but some of these dads aren't making effort or something like that. And I'm like, that's none of my experience. I got 5 children. That's so not my experience. With my own mama, not my experience. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, you can't just say all men. You just don't do that. And I think I don't even talk on the post, but I think on that one I said something to her and I was like, just not my experience. Like ever. Like none of it. So it's like, nah. And we generalize stuff so it makes it easy to attack it or to counteract it, because it's like, it's just not true. All men are not a certain way. All women are not a certain way. It's just not effing true. It's just not. And when people, last thing, I'm gonna let you ask your other question if you have one. People go on these, people miss the point of that. Like, it seems like how you said, like, well, I want this and that, but what I received was everything I want, but like almost none of it looked like how I thought it'd look. What people do though is have these ideas of what it's supposed to be. They have these ideas of what it's supposed to be, and they refuse to let go, and they just miss all the signs, all the blessings that come their way, because they thinking they supposed to be playing football when really they're a dope ass soccer player.
You're right. Remember, and I was going to bring this up on another episode, but you would remember, you and I talked about this earlier, right? Where I'm going to be honest, right? I'm that person where I said, I wanted a man who was tall, chocolate, and that he was, didn't have no kids. If he had one, I'll be okay with 1 or 2. And I wanted someone who was going to love me for who I am and treat me the right way, and where I can freely, authentically be myself around. and not have to watch a thing. Like, I feel like I'm just comfortable with you. And so that was in my mind. Like, I thought that's what I wanted. And remember I told you earlier that I'm like, that's not what I prayed to God about. I got the opposite. I got exactly what I wanted, but in a different form, right? So I didn't get a 6'3" man. I got a 5'7" man with a big 6'3" energy.
I thought you were going to say, go ahead. I thought you were going to say, like, why would you say that? That's crazy.
Listen,
damn.
Keeping it real on my podcast. But that's not what I was saying.
Moving right along.
You
Okay, I ain't saying nothing else.
Listen, you thought I was going to do it. I wasn't going to do it.
Because you was like a big, like, what are you talking about right now? Like, people are listening to this.
Mother, don't listen to this one. And what else did I say to you earlier?
I don't know. You threw me off.
You threw me off. I don't know, but I just got everything I wanted, but in a different way. And it works. And it's great. And it also put in perspective that, again, like I stated earlier, what I think I wanted or thought I wanted is not what I need. And it's pretty interesting.
I do have a question, though. I do have a question.
I'm not ready.
My question is, do you think that it's social media that's driving the culture that we see on social media, or do you think that it's the culture that drives social media? If that makes sense. If it makes sense.
That makes sense because...
Like, which one do you think is causing because I see a change in society. Like, what's happening, what we see on social media is, I'm talking about people at work, yo. I don't even know the dude. I want to say the name is Andrew Tate. Have you heard of a dude named...
Is that the preacher guy?
I don't know, but I think it's a dude who be on the like blue pill, red pill, men stuff. And it was like this light-skinned boy, beautiful young dude, man. I'm talking about got the eyes and everything. And he started talking about this stuff and he was just saying stuff. And I was like, my jaw dropped. Like, how are you so upset with women? What happened to you in your life? Seriously, what the fuck had happened to? Because I just see a handsome young brother, man. What the fuck are you mad at, bro? You got a great job. You're an electrician. You get money. I think you single right now. What? You are a catch. What's the problem?
Like, what is the problem?
You're just literally, you got everything you need in life. You already successful. I think he's 20 something, bro. Seriously, like this, for me as a man, I'm like, what is wrong with y'all dudes, man? And it's so many beautiful women out here who just want a good dude, man. I know good dudes, and these dudes is acting like idiots listening to dumb ass people. I promise you, they listening to dumb ass people giving them advice about women, and these dudes are inexperienced with women.
Right.
They don't even talk to women.
And I think that's it. So when you ask,
and they listening to these fools giving them horrible advice about women.
Right.
Ugh.
And so what you just said, is it social media that drive this change, or is it the culture? I think it's both.
Yeah, man.
And it starts
hard to separate it.
You can't really separate it, because I think it plays from personal experience, life, upbringing, what we currently see in the social media, what we think is good and right, or what's currently trending at that point in time, what's popping, what's in. And it's crazy. Just like I think you and I talked about before, how when you see black men talk now, it's like who was it? It was this, oh my God, I think it was a football player where he said he dated a black woman once. I can't remember his name right now, but he said he dated a black woman once, and he said black woman isn't for him, and he likes exotic women. And it's crazy that now you want to call, just because you're not a black woman, now you just call every other culture of woman, or whatever you want to describe it, exotic, because they're not chocolate, they're not dark. And it's the craziest thing to me. But ultimately, I think is what we see, what's trending, and it's both, and we gotta continue to find ways to break it apart and kind of really attack it and make sure that we're being intentional about what we see, what we post, all of it. Like, there's no other way to explain it. So, yeah, I think that's what it boils down to. Literally.
It's just frustrating to me to see it. Because all I do is see that everybody's bad. That's all I see is that everybody's bad. And then when I see people doing good, like, it seems like it's tailored around religion. It's not just like just a good couple, just good human beings.
Right.
So and the only thing, everybody don't vibe with that. That turns other people off. So it's like, damn, man, where is the just like people just loving on each other? That's it. That's all this. You ain't gotta do nothing extra. It ain't gotta be in the name of Jesus. You ain't gotta be talking about how bad or ratchet somebody is. How about you just say, you know what? I went out on a good date and it was fun. Good night. How about that? When we hear those, seriously, it's like, and even when you hear those, it's something stupid. Y'all, this dude pulled up in something crazy and took me to this. That's not reality, sis. It's not. It's just not. It's just not.
Listen.
Knock it off.
That brought me to when you and I went on our first date, right? Yo, it was hilarious. I get out the car. I'm like, this little guy.
She tried to lie to me, y'all. I'm an observant one, right? I'm gonna tell y'all. We meet at this little spot, and we communicate, and I'm like, I'm here. We get out around the same time, and we in the parking lot, so we come around the car, and I get and I look up at her, and I see her look me up and down. And she's about 20 yards away, so she's not close to me, right? But I see her, mind you, I'm observing, right? I see her look me up and down. I see her eyes through the glasses and everything, right? And I think it was like, I don't know how long ago it was later, but it could have been months even. But I was like, it wasn't months, but it was a while later.
It was.
It was a while, right? And I don't know what we was talking about, but I was like, no. I seen how you looked at me when I first got out that car. You didn't even know. You didn't know what you were doing. And she tried to say something like, I was like, nah. I seen you how exactly how you looked up and down. Like, what the hell is this? Up. Like we was about to fight or something.
Right,
how she looking at me like, what the
this. And when I tell you again, that 6'3" energy, I'm like, oh my God.
They're
but guess what?
Today.
Guess what, ladies? I had my sandals in the car.
So
I took my heels off.
Podcast over.
I was like, you know what? God, let me put my sandals on.
So bad.
And then we were equal. With your next question. Listen. I can edit this part out. Where is your next question?
No, you asked him.
I asked you too. I got a final one.
Go ahead. No, the other one was tailored towards mine. Actual final one. Yeah.
Oh my God. So, baby, listen. I think, like you said earlier, it's important to make sure that we create spaces like this, and that I also think like we can kind of mind what we post, right? Be very aware of what we say, because we don't know who's watching. And just like I post today about the video I showed you, where I'm going to be bringing on someone else to talk about that. But I really got something to say. I have a lot to say on that post. But I think we just got to be more intentional about what we say and do in post. But this has been great.
Yes, finally. I get to be a part of something great.
Yes. I invited you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
But I do have a final question for you, because just with my whole podcast journey, it's all about having permission to pivot, right? So my final question to you would be, what advice would you give someone who's single or someone that's in a relationship? What advice would you give them to be able to have permission to pivot to or from in a positive way?
I would say I would say think about what you're receiving, and like if you're not receiving what you telling yourself that you want, I would really ask you to sit down and evaluate what you actually want. Because I say that to say, I'm trying to make this like uncomplicated, but I say that to say I know that we get everything that we want in life, everything that we believe that we're going to receive in life. I know that for a fact. So if you're not finding the right partner, if you're not finding the right people, then it's something in you, yo. It's not about the other people. I promise you it's not. It's so not. If you get everything that you want in life, straight up. So you need to look at yourself. That's why it's called self-esteem. Straight up. Nobody else could hurt your self-esteem. If you really believe and know who you are, you just know that that's somebody who you need to cut off. Straight up. And you know if you somewhere where you don't need to be too. When you see something, you see that shit. Don't act like you don't see it. Straight up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say. Evaluate you. Everybody says that I'm working on me, and I don't mean selfishly. Be open. You know, people going that I'm working on me season, and you once again you missing blessings because your dumb ass is working on you. You so busy worried about you. Just chill though. Don't go chasing people. Chill. They're right there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's important to, one, work on self. And I think it's okay to be a little selfish.
You selfish.
Selfish, yes, I said it. It's definitely okay to be selfish at some point. Because I think ultimately you got to work on yourself.
You're horrible.
However, if I feel like you can do both. You can still work on yourself and be in a healthy relationship, but you got to make sure that the person that you're with, that they're willing and want to go through that process with you, and can be able to handle what that process is, because a lot can go in that.
One more thing.
You got another thing?
One more thing, because this is really important. Somebody, I was asked a question. You know, I do my fitness stuff.
Yeah.
I was asked the question of like, if I get in shape, like, will muscles really get me girls, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry to bust your bubble. Like, yes, muscles will get you. You might be more attractive looking to people, but the problem with just looking good is people have to talk to you. And I say that to say, if you don't have a pleasing personality, you're just stuck.
Yeah.
Listen to me, y'all. A pleasing personality is more important than your looks. Listen to me again, y'all. A pleasing personality is more important than your bank account. No, it don't make sense, but trust me, because your pleasing personality can get you close to the person with the big bank account. Just the personality, nothing else. You make the right person laugh, you're in. You make the right person laugh, you just lifted up the person day. You don't even know that this person, the person you walk in to do an interview with.
Right.
That's just from having a fucking pleasing personality and not being an asshole. It's not that hard, y'all. If you want a man, you want a woman, be fucking nice, man. Weirdos. Everybody want to just, I gotta look the best, so I gotta be a dick. Somebody asked me for my number. I gotta shake them. I gotta not call them for 3 days. You losing. You losing.
Crazy.
You're losing just because you playing a game instead of being yourself. Bye.
Okay, baby. On that note, thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Thank you, baby, for being able to come into my space and allow people to hear the goodness and the kindness of the man that I have.
Can we talk about that other stuff now?
What stuff?
We're going to turn the podcast off.
Oh, okay.
Can I tell them what you're wearing right now?
Thank you. What? That's going to be on advertisement. I'm just letting you know. Again, thank you for tuning in to Corporate Classy, but Please Come Correct podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that follow button so you don't miss any of my episodes or any of my Sunday Soul sessions.
And share this one especially with the people who be talking that relationship stuff.
Yes.
They need to hear this. Y'all know there's some people who need to hear this. Share this with them, y'all, for real.
Yes.
It's a good time.
Yes.
It ain't that long either. 30 minutes is perfect.
Great. Until next time, peace.